aspirations to be a professional singer from the moment I was really age 6. I wanted to be a rock star. Really, I loved Queen. I loved the singer-songwriters. I was a real fan of Leonard Cohen. I learned to play guitar. I was forced into learning the piano, and I absolutely hated it. I hated it.
I played piano all my life, really, from the age of 6, and I was a church organist and things like that. I didn't really sing until later on, when I went to university.
I went to music college in London, and a friend of mine was a singer. He was about 20, but he had the voice of about a 40-year-old. It was an amazing talent. He heard me sort of one time, I was just singing along to myself when I was playing the piano, and he said, "You should come and sing for my singing teacher at the Royal Academy." So I thought that was crazy, but you know, I was up for it. So I went along, and he told me to audition, and I auditioned, and I got a scholarship to go, like, starting that September. So it was just really almost an accident.
When I moved to London, I worked in a music shop on Charing Cross Road for 2 years to supplement my income. And after that, I taught in a stage school at the Barbican.
I studied engineering. That's what I did. So I didn't sing for maybe 4 or 5 years professionally at all. I really didn't. There was something not quite right. I wanted to get the singing out of my system. So I decided, okay, I'll take 6 months off and I'll give the singing a go, and I'll prove to myself, okay, that's it. I tried it and that was it. And you know, I won't be aged 50 and sort of saying, well, you know, I could have been a singer. So that's what I did. I took 6 months off 4 years ago, and here I am still singing and making a living at it now, and it's just all my dreams come true. It's amazing.
The Celtic Tenors started off as a fun project, really, and with no particular long-term ambitions. We were singing together at a venue in Dublin for a relatively long period of time, 5 months, and Pat Egan heard us at that venue and had us over in EMI in a few months to sing for the executives there. And that was when things changed.
From the very first time we got together, it was really obvious that there was an unquestionable chemistry between the three of us. It's just such a rush to be involved in something like this.
Town in the county down one morning last July. Down a bowling green came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so neat from her true white feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing elf, I had to shake myself to make sure I was really there. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Bay, from Galway to Dublin town. Oh, maid, I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. She onwards sped till I scratched my head, and I gazed with a feeling queer. Then I said, says I, to a passer-by, who's a maid with the nut brown hair. He smiled at me and he cried, says he, she's the gem of Ireland's crown. Rosie McCann from the banks of the Bann, she's the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay to Derry Bay, and from Galway to Dublin town. Oh, maid, I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. At the harvest fair, she'll be surely there, so I dressed in me Sunday clothes. And I try sheep's eyes and the leather and lies on the heart of the nut brown rose. No pipe and smoke, no horse I yoke, no my plough will rust and brown. Till a smiling bride by my own fireside sits the side of the county down. From Bantry Bay to Derry Bay, and from Galway to Dublin town. Oh, maid, I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Bay, and from Galway to Dublin town. Oh, maid, I've seen like met the sweet Darlene, but I met in the county down. That I met in the county down.
I suppose the ideal scenario is the fact that my hobby has become a career and singing is now my career, and it's just wonderful to be doing something that you really love. And I always said as soon as I stop enjoying it, I'd give it up. But at the moment I'm just loving every moment of it.
The pipes are calling.
I think the Celtic Tenors the whole time are just getting closer and closer. It's frightening with the telepathy that goes on between us. We come out with the same phrases at the same time, humming the same tune at the same time. We really are genuinely close friends.
Roses falling. 'Tis you must go.
When we perform together, we know what the other person's feeling, emotively in the music, particularly quiet moments, when to come off at the end of a phrase. We just do it instinctively.
But when the valley's hushed and white with snow, 'tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Und wenn du kommst und alle Blumen welken.
We have, in the last year, concentrated on spreading our wings and also trying to adapt and change what we do so that it's more accessible to, for instance, other countries.
Das Grab, worin ich liege, und grüßt und sagst ein Ave hold und rein. Das hör ich, wie du leise drüber gehst, und wärmer, süßer wird mein Grab dann sein, wenn du dich neigst und sagst, dass du mich liebest. Im Frieden schlaf ich, denn ich bin nicht mehr allein.
I guess the basic concept behind the new album is to take it a step further from where we went the last time. The last time it was very, very much a Celtic tracks, given quite a Celtic treatment. This time it's going even beyond the Celtic realm of repertoire.
I think what we're trying to do as well, like on the first album, is to maybe put what has become, hopefully, the Celtic tenor stamp on certain songs. Like on the first album, we did Danny Boy, but in a different sort of way, a way that hadn't been done before.
And we've also not shied away from the Celtic repertoire. In fact, we've researched and found some really, really special pieces. One in particular from Scotland is some mouth music called Fionnuala, which is a really tribal, almost pagan chant.
Yeah, it's like a sort of disco rap version, almost.
It's fantastic.
Sing all, follow me, you sing all, follow me, you sing all. Shin a hulla had another, so no hugger like a hideous again. The morn, and the morn, and the morn, and the filigree, and the morn, and the morn, and the morn, and the filigree. Veir, better fuller, veir, better falmer, and you in the bucket, and a veir, meets gresser and airing. na marig na dirion sa yan na mon mon and the mon mon and the mon mon bon and the finigala and the mon mon and the mon mon and the mon mon bon and the finigala adoshi dadra sha adoshi dadra sha adoshi dadra sha bad means crest and naring na marig na dirion sa yan Värm fett och full med värm fett och far med luna baggar med värm i gräsen en aring. Na maring ni dir inte igen mon mon en mon mon en mon mon bon en finniga en mon mon en mon mon en mon mon bon en finniga. Då sidar sha, då sidar sha, då sidar sha värm i gräsen en aring. Na maring ni dir inte igen mon mon en mon mon en mon mon bon en finniga en mon mon en mon mon en mon mon bon en finniga en mon mon en mon mon en mon mon bon en finniga en mon mon en mon mon en mon mon bon en finniga en mon mon en mon mon en mon mon bon en finniga en mon mon en mon mon en mon mon bon en finniga.
We're going to combine that as well with a very well-known, it's a modern Irish tune, but it sounds like an ancient Irish tune, Ag Christ an Shiel. And like on the first album, again, combining two songs, we're going to work one into the other.
Ag Christ an Shiel, Ag Christ an fall, in ihalen
We happen to have an amazingly famous and exciting producer, and Mike Moran, who worked so closely with Queen over all those years, among many, many people, but he co-wrote Barcelona with Freddie Mercury. He's got a lovely, lovely house in the middle of nowhere where you can go to the studio and just concentrate entirely on music. There's not many distractions. The mobile phones don't even work there, which is excellent. We're just routining for the album, which we're going to record in about 3 weeks from now. So what we do during that process is everybody finds out what they're singing, what songs, what keys they're in. So whether it's, making sure things aren't too high or too low, and also if there are harmony lines, which part you would take.
It works. If I just give you the downbeats.
Warm summer breeze makes the red poppies dance as the sun now it shines on the green fields of France.
I think on this album what we're trying to say really is that we're working on another level even, with the producer and recording actually at Abbey Road this time as well. So it's all terribly exciting.
far have I traveled, and much have I seen. Dark distant mountains with valleys of green, past painted deserts, the sunset on fire as he carries me home to the mall of Kintyre. Mall of Kintyre, me strolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh Mall of Kintyre. Sweep through the heather like deer in the glen. Carry me back to the days I knew then. Nights when we sang like a heavenly choir of the life and the times of the Mall of Kintyre. Mall of Kintyre, oh, me strolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh Mall of Kintyre. Sweeps through the heather like tears in the rain, still take me back where my memories remain. Flickering embers grow higher and higher as he carries me home to the Mall of Kintyre. Mall of Kintyre, this rolling from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh Mall of Kintyre. Mall of Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go?
There are so many similarities between myself and Niall in many ways. We're on the same level. He's very, very outspoken. He's a great lyricist. He's, he loves the quick wit. I guess he's the modernist in the singing, or in the harmonies, in the structure. He's very, very modern in his harmonic techniques.
Matthew is vain, married, and charismatic.
How would I describe James? He's so sensitive. He's the conscience, the social conscience, the kindness, I guess, from the group. He's also extremely organised. Whenever we're doing any major project, James knows all the details. He organises us in so many ways. Whenever there's any potential for being disorganised, it's usually me or Niall. James is there with the whip, but in the very, very best possible way. James is also the musical traditionalist. He sort of creates a lot of the structure for many of the harmonies that we create, and then we come in and bulldoze it. And he creates, I guess, he's a structure maker.
James is sensible. He's sensible Celt, and he's reliable and sensitive.
Matthew, I would have to say, once or twice a year he can be terribly patronising, but you can forgive that because 99% of the time he's great. When we arrived for the photo shoot for the album, we realised that Niall had been given a rack twice the length of mine and Matthew's, and we realised that the designer had him sussed out completely from the start. When he's not preoccupied with designer labels though, he really, just like Matthew, is like a brother to me.
Nella fantasia io vedo un mondo giusto, lì tutti vivono in pace e onestà. Io sogno l'anime e sono sempre libere come le nuvole. Quando se lontano sogno all'orizzonte mancan le parole e io sì lo so che sei con me, tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me, mio sole, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me.
In our concerts, our public, we just get such a great response from the audience. It's getting better and better all the time, so that must reflect that what we're doing is getting
And
better.
something happens when we perform live on stage that, you know, you get that energy from 1,000 or 2,000 people watching you. And to get that into the recording studio we are very determined to do that.
We each have very distinctive solo voices, but when we sing together, we have one sound, and that sound is becoming a definite Celtic tenor sound.
These more modern, more contemporary, less classical pieces, the proof that they're working is really seen in the performances. The reaction that we get to the more modern pieces is just incredible.
The moonlight dances among the trees. The camphor glows in the autumn breeze. And I am lost in my thoughts of you. Remember me, recuérdame. Our comrade strums on a sad guitar. My mind is drifting to where you are. I'm holding you as I used to do. Remember me, recuérdame. Volverá los días pasados. I promise you that come what may, those days will stay ever in my memory.